Well, we've had an amazing trip out. It's been phenomenal getting ideas of what we're going to do with the grand salon and other rooms on the ground floor. And the inspiration, the guys that took us were phenomenal. Jean-Luc and Jean-Louis, thank you so much for everything. But let's have a quick look where we've been and we'll be able to explain more. Well, we've been invited to Versailles by two very good friends. They have invited us here to show us some of the little bits of Versailles, and because they are members of the Versailles cultural family, they'll help look after and restore Versailles with their patronage, and they wanted to show us the Petit Trianon aujourd'hui. So we've visited here today and we're visiting the home of Marie Antoinette, and the reason they thought it'd be really interesting is some of the styling, some of the decorations, some of the things that we decided to do at the chateau. They said they've seen elements here, so they're going to show us, and so that we can have a good look around and basically get some ideas for the future in doing the grand salon, the dining room. So we've seen Terry over the years create some magnificent pieces and some of his design ideas in the rooms that he's done, and the reason he's done it is completely lost on me. It's no good to me because he tells me these things, he tells me he's seen these things and I've never seen them before, so it's going to be good for me, hopefully, that I'll be able to see and understand where Terry's come from with why he's doing it the way he is as well, because right now, like I said, it's all a complete loss and my French history isn't great. I know that the first revolution started in 1789, so I know that much, but I need to brush up on it and find out why Terry's doing what he's doing, so let's go and have a look inside. Well, took a quick break. The reason being is to bring you the sponsor of today's show, which is Foreo Sweden. And today we're looking at the FAQ 202. Now, we've worked with Foreo Sweden for nearly 3 years, whether it be with the FAQ 202, whether it be with the UFO 3 or the Luna. Their products are genuinely amazing, and we see and feel the difference constantly. Me and Terry love our UFO 3. Tracy loves her UFO 3 and her FAQ 202, and she still uses the Luna as well. Now the FAQ 202, it's a near infrared red light technology mask, and it's designed to fit every face. It's got a universal fit, and again, what it does and the difference it makes is unreal. You're constantly saying how good Tracy looks and that we look young as well, which is a surprise, but it's because of these products and because we're able to bring these to you. Now this will reduce wrinkles by up to 32% in just 2 weeks. The firmness, you can significantly feel the firmness difference in your face, in your skin. It also reduces acne by around about 48% in 2 weeks, and sebum by 18% in 2 weeks as well. So fantastic product, absolutely amazing offers on right now. If you use the code ESCAPE35, it's for your birthday, and they're giving you a super special 35% off, and you get that on top of the sale items as well. It's a stackable discount, so check them out, and I'm going to get back to work. So we've often wondered when we're doing this sort of thing at Lalacelle, when we've been approaching the renovation of the chateau, when we've been looking at exactly what we wanted to do, we've always wondered how much of it was original and how much of it was true to the style and in the age of the actual chateau itself. And when you look at this is our panelling. This is our panelling, the exact same style, the exact same era as what this is as well. So it's unreal. Even the hinges, the detail in all of it, it's exactly the same as what we've got, even down to the trompe-l'oeil, where we've talked about the trompe-l'oeil that was in the dining room right now that we found, and we found the pieces. You can even see the detail that's gone into it, and it is that era, it is that age, so we are matching exactly what was going on in France at the same time. For me, I'm not normally interested in this sort of stuff, but this has genuinely been an eye-opener for me, because kind of understand where Terry's gone with it now and why he's chose that sort of style. So today's been really interesting getting to visit somewhere like this, and yeah, it's been great fun, and we'll have another look around. So we're in Marie Antoinette's bedroom, and we have her little privacy room in here, where you can actually move the panels to create your own privacy behind the windows, or she could have them not there and open the windows and use them. Or even just the attention to detail with a little MA monograms all around the room. It's absolutely beautiful. Luckily, Terry isn't that detailed. He's detailed, but not that bad. Thank God. So we said about the privacy panels, and we were a bit confused because we were upstairs and we couldn't see where they went, and we understood that they were privacy panels and could be removed. But this is how they could remove them. So they used to lower them down when she wanted to view the gardens and the Temple de l'Amour. Ça s'appelle quoi?
Temple de l'Amour.
Temple de l'Amour, so the Temple of Love. And she wanted to be
Love temple.
yeah. So she wanted to be able to see the Temple of Love. When she didn't want that and she wanted privacy, she literally rolled these up and they just turned into mirrors, so she had her own private sitting room and no one could see in or out. So pretty cool, eh? Now, it's incredible being at somewhere like this because it puts into perspective, like, it took us the last 3.5 hours just to walk around Le Petit Trianon and to stumble across this beautiful lake with beautiful English gardens and rivers and French gardens. But they've created this little English hamlet for Marie Antoinette. It was all created by Richard Meek in around about 1780s. So it was created purely for her. So we have the Queen's house, the lighthouse, we've got a little mill. Over behind us, we've got a little farm. So it was all created just for her. And it is truly, truly stunning. Even the attention to detail in all of this, it genuinely is remarkable. And the lighthouse was there so that when people were here on a night and if they were fishing and they needed to leave the place, they could light the paths up so people could see their way out. So again, just the amount of detail that's gone into it and the thought that's actually gone into it itself. And we've seen big, beautiful fish in the lake. We've seen snakes in the lake as well, which is really strange. But it's just been such a pleasure to walk around here. We've had 2 amazing guides as well. So it's just been great to have people that know about this place and have been able to explain it to us just so that we understand it better. And it genuinely has given us a better sense of understanding of the journey that we're on as well. Being able to look into the history of the past and understand exactly what's gone on and why Terry's doing and why Terry's got the vision he has. For me, it's helped a massive amount. So hope it's helped you guys as well because, like I say, for me, my eyes haven't been open to this before and today they really have. So let's finish our tour.
Well, what a wonderful trip we had to Paris and looking around the Petit Trianon. Obviously, we've wanted to visit Versailles for so long because it's obviously a great place to go for inspiration for obviously the interiors that we're doing, and we're using so much of that for the rooms anyway with the Louis XV and Louis XVI styling. So it was so exciting to see the details up close and to see obviously that what they've created is pretty much exactly what we created as well here at the Chateau. So I was excited, and I think Ash was quite excited as well, weren't you, to actually see the design process and obviously see where it's come from.
Yeah, I was shocked because I've never seen like where your head's at in terms of where you're going with things, and I've always read the comments and I've never understood the design aspects of it and where you were going with it.
Yeah.
And I think to see the paneling and to see the things that they've got that's exactly the same as ours, whereas people have told us this isn't the style, this isn't the era, you've got it wrong.
Yeah.
I think to see it there in Versailles, exactly what we've got and some of the things that you've created, it was incredible.
Yeah, definitely. So the panel work that we actually seen in Versailles, a certain section of it was exactly the same paneling as what we've got in the 401 salon. Now, obviously, the Petit Trianon is Louis XVI styling, and the 401 salon, what we created was Louis XVI. So it's an exact like match for it. It was perfect, obviously, that we actually created that. Now, we went as well to pick up this beautiful thing. So thank you to Jean-Luc and Jean-Louis for this fabulous desk. So we've got this stunning Louis XVI desk. Now, we were thinking obviously where to put it, and obviously the Grand Salon is going to be a Louis XVI styling, and a desk is going to be perfect. Now, we want little spaces where people can sort of read and relax and even write, so write postcards to people so they can send them back, or just sit down with a book and just enjoy the space and read. And I think the desk is going to be a perfect space for that, so people can just sit and enjoy the space. We're wanting it really sort of calm, relaxing, and a little bit sort of neutral as well, so it's not going to be as over the top as what we've created in the bedrooms. But we'll go through and show you obviously what's in my head for this room, so you can get an idea.
You still know I'm going to have no clue, but even though you're going to explain it, I'm still going to be lost.
So first things that we're going to have to get sorted is flooring. Once we've got all of the floor restored, which is also going to be a big job, and we've been doing upstairs, so I do know how to do it, it's just a long slow process getting it sorted. So that would be that sorted. Then we need to start looking at tackling the wiring. So what we're going to do, now you might remember quite a while ago we were talking about chandeliers for in here and what chandelier to go with and how many. Now we had the idea of having 1, maybe 4, but I'm actually thinking that we might go with 5.
This is the first time hearing this as well, guys, so I'm as shocked as you here.
Yeah, well, you know, more's always more, so if I'm not going over the top with gold, I may as well go over the top with chandeliers. Now, when I say chandeliers, they're not going to be huge things. They're going to be little ceiling lights, so they're just going to be like little crystal ceiling lights in each section, and then probably one in the centre as well. So they're going to be really sort of soft and not over the top. We're wanting sort of like understated elegance in here, so it's going to be really sort of refined and calming. So we'll get that sorted. Now we've got all of the pipework for the 400 suite, and obviously we're not wanting this on shore. So we've got the idea of actually creating a pillar here. Now you might all think we're crazy eating up into the room space and reducing the actual floor space, but we're thinking that it's actually going to help create some sort of features in this room. So what we'll do is, if you go around there, you'll get to see what I'm talking. So I'll use this as a reference. So the wall is going to come out to here, which I know you think is going to be crazy. So this whole wall is going to come out to here, and as you'd seen at Versailles, on the top part, they've got these round windows looking through. Now we're going to create a round window looking through, and then in between that we'll have like inside a space as well where we can obviously have either books or something like that inside this sort of wall feature. And then in front of that we're going to have some pillars. Now obviously we use quite a lot of pillar work in the design aspects at Versailles, so we'll recreate that and we'll do that on both sides. So both the walls are going to eat in to the actual space. Reason being is just so it sort of cordons it off and it feels like 2 separate spaces. So we're going to have this section which is going to be your sort of like your relaxing reading area with the sofas, and then this section is going to be more for your writing. So we'll have the beautiful desk in the window bay, so people can sit and look out over the garden while they're reading a book or writing a little letter or postcard. And then we might do the same at the other side. I'm seeing a beautiful little writing desk at Billings, obviously the beautiful brocante that we always go to. So that'd be perfect for that side, looking out over the front.
And just going to stop you, because these pillars, you're going to have to do a little bit more explaining. It's not just an aesthetic choice, is it? There's a structural reason in there as well.
There is, obviously. So we're wanting to, obviously the beam hasn't actually moved, but we are obviously, well, we are a little bit concerned with it because obviously it's got the dip, but we're not on the other hand because no plasterwork's moved, there's no cracks shown on it, there's nothing fell off it, so it's not actually moving. I think it's just previously when all of the water's actually got into the chateau, it's obviously got into the insulation in between the floors, which is all just the dirt and earth and gauze and stuff like that. It's obviously saturated that, put extra weight on, and it's just sagged down. So it is what it is. It's a feature anyway as part of it. But like Cass was saying, if we build these sort of walls, then it allows us to actually create some support to support this part of it. So then we can actually put some acro props or build a wall or something inside it to actually support this part of the beam, so we know that it's not actually going to go anywhere. So that's the idea. Hopefully, obviously, it's going to help, and it's just going to sort of section the room off and give it a little bit more sort of character and a bit more of a feature.
But we're also going to be keeping the ceiling pretty much as is, aren't we? We've had a long discussion about this. We've been talking about it really for the last few weeks, me, you and your mum.
We are, yeah. So the main thing with that is obviously because this is all original, and we think that this is actually being made in situ, so we don't actually want to lose that. And then we are going to have to take some mouldings off the coffin and recreate it around the wall that we're going to make. But stuff like this we don't actually want to lose, we want to keep it. So I think we're going to keep all the ceiling work as it is, and we're just going to try and run the electrics through the best we can, and then just patch up the bits that we can as well. Now, the other thing obviously we need your help with, so let us know what you think to our ideas of 5 chandeliers and 2 pillars It's a lot. But when we've been looking around and talking about the ceiling, we've actually made some discoveries as well, where we can see either side of the fireplace here, you can see that there used to be 2 pillars coming down. And then if you go over to this side, you can see on the top there was 2 pillars coming down that side as well. Now, do we recreate them and actually have something there to make it look like a feature? Or do we just take that off and just have it as one piece? I don't know. I don't know if it'd be too much having those in, or if it'd just give it a little bit of a nice break into it.
Tell you what I think.
What?
I think for that wall back there, I think it should be a big, beautiful bookcase.
Yes, we would like one, and then maybe 2. I was thinking a bookcase, and then 2 statues, 2 busts, and like a pedestal. I think that'd be nice on the side, and then some plants in each corner. And that is it.
Nice and easy.
Nice and easy.
You say this is just like we'll get it done in a day.
Yeah.
This is like 3 months work in here.
Yeah. But we're going to be starting on this next. So let us know in the comments, obviously, your ideas with it, because we're just talking about it all with obviously how we're placing it. So we need to start moving forward with getting the electrics in, getting the windows in, getting the pillars made if we go ahead with that. And then obviously the styling part, we're going to create loads of the panel work that we've seen in Versailles as well. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed today's little episode, obviously going out to Paris, and obviously our ideas for the forthcoming renovations. And if you have, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we will see you in the next one. Bye. If you'd like to be part of our journey and help restore the chateau, then please join us on Patreon, where you'll be part of our journey, receive a piece of the history, and get exclusive videos.